World War I of the First World War, 20th of July 1914 to 11 November 1918, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict between two collisions, the Allies, or Entente, and the Central Powers. Fighting took place mainly in Europe and the Middle East, as well as some parts of Africa and the Asian Pacific, and in Europe was characterized by trench warfare, widespread use of artillery, machine guns, chemical weapons, gas, and introduction of tanks and aircraft. World War I was one of the deadliest conflicts in history, resulting in an estimated 10 million military dead and more than 20 million wounded, plus some 10 million civilians dead from causes including genocide. Movement of large numbers of people was a major factor in the deadly Spanish flu pandemic. The cause of World War I included the rise of Germany and decline of the Ottoman Empire, which disturbed the long-standing balance of power in Europe, as well as economic competition between nations triggered by industrialization and imperialism. Growing tensions between the great powers and in the Balkans reached a breaking point on 20th of June 1914 when a Bosnian Serb named Gavrilo Princip assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Austria-Hungary held Serbia responsible and declared war on 20th of July. After Russia mobilized in Serbia's defense, Germany declared war on Russia and France, who had an alliance. The United Kingdom entered after Germany invaded Belgium, whose neutrality it guaranteed, and the Ottomans joined the Central Power in November. Germany's tragedy in 1914 was to quickly defeat France and to transfer its forces to the east, but its advances was halted in September. And by the end of the year, the Western Front consisted of a continuous line of trenches stretching from the English Channel to Switzerland. The Eastern Front was more dynamic, but neither side gained a decisive advantage, despite costly offensives. Italy, Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and others joined in from 1915 onward. In April 1917, the United States entered the war on the Allied side, following Germany's assumption of unrestricted submarine warfare against Atlantic shipping. Later that year, the Bolsheviks seized power in the Russian October Revolution, and Soviet Russia signed an armistice with the Central Powers in December, following by a separate peace in March 1918. That month, Germany launched an offensive in the west, which despite initial successes left the German army exhausted and demoralized. Successful Allied counteroffensive from August 19 caused the collapse of the German front line. By early November, Bulgaria, the Ottoman Empire, and Austria-Hungary had each signed armistice with the Allies, leaving Germany isolated. Facing revolution at home, Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicated on November. The war ended with the armistice of 11 November 1918. The Paris Peace Conference of 1919 to 1920 opposed settlements on the defeated powers, most notably the Treaty of Versailles, by which Germany lost significant territories, was disarmed, and was required to pay large war reparations to the Allies. The dissolution of the Russian, German, Austro-Hungarian, and the Ottoman empires withdrew national boundaries and resulted in the creation of new independent states, including Poland, Finland, the Baltic states, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia. The League of Nations was established to maintain world peace, but its failures to manage instability during the interwar period contributed to the outbreak of World War II in 1939.